Nurses. What's the most funniest thing someone said coming out of anesthesia? I'm a recovery nurse, and last month we had this 17-year-old kid named Jake getting surgery for a torn ACL from football. His parents were in the waiting room while I monitored his recovery. What I didn't know was that Jake had been asking about me specifically for weeks before his surgery. Turns out, his older sister Emma worked in our billing department and had been telling him about this really nice nurse who helped her through a panic attack during her shift. Jake had been hoping he'd get assigned to me, even asking the front desk if the pretty brunette nurse with the kind smile would be working his surgery day. When he started waking up from anesthesia, he was completely loopy but talking non-stop. He looks at me with these glassy, unfocused eyes and goes, "Wait, you're here! You're the one Emma told me about. Whoa, you're like even prettier than she said. Are you an angel? Did I die and go to heaven?" I'm trying not to laugh because this happens all the time with anesthesia, but then he tries to sit up and says, "Emma said you were single. Is that true? Because I think I'm in love with you. Like, seriously in love. I've been thinking about you for weeks." I gently pushed him back down and said, "Just rest, Jake. You're still recovering." But he wasn't done. He reaches into his hospital gown pocket and pulls out this crumpled $20 bill and goes, "I saved this specifically for you. Will you marry me? I have money. $20 whole. We could get McDonald's for our honeymoon. Emma said you like their fries." At this point, I'm barely keeping it together, especially since Emma had indeed mentioned loving McDonald's fries during our lunch break conversations. But then Jake gets this panicked look and whispers really loudly, "Oh my god, did you see my, down there when you were taking care of me? Please tell me it looked normal. Was it big enough? I've been worried about that since middle school." Emma said girls care about that stuff. I assured him that everything was completely normal and that it's standard procedure, nothing to worry about. He nods seriously and says, "Good, because I want to impress you. Emma showed me your Instagram and I've been doing extra push-ups to get ready for when we meet. When can we get married? Tomorrow? I'll ask my mom to drive us. Emma can be our witness." Then he suddenly gets emotional and starts tearing up. "You know what? You're the first girl who's been nice to me since my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with my best friend last month. That's actually why I got hurt so bad at football. I was distracted thinking about it during practice." 20 minutes later, when the anesthesia fully wore off, I had to tell him about our conversation. The poor kid's face went from confused to absolutely mortified in about 3 seconds. He buried his face in his hands and groaned, "Oh no, what did I say?" Please tell me I didn't say anything weird. When I told him about the marriage proposal and his concerns, he turned bright red and said, "Can you please just let me die of embarrassment right here? Did I really ask about my— oh god, I can never show my face here again." His parents came in right then, and I filled them in. His mom was crying from laughing so hard, and his dad just patted his shoulder and said, "Son, you shot your shot." Jake looked at me one more time and said, "So, is that a no on the marriage thing?" 6 months later, his mom brought him back for a follow-up appointment. He walked in, saw me, and immediately turned red again. But he came over and said, "I just wanted to apologize for being so weird that day, and to let you know I have a girlfriend now who thinks that story is hilarious." I told him no apology needed and that I was happy for him. His mom just shook her head and dragged him out while he was still laughing. I really like him, but he's too young.